I didn't have any sales until like maybe 20 days. In those 20 days, I was really scared. I was wondering, will this gonna work? One day, this video took off and went viral.
How much in commission have you made so far?
I'm pretty sure a little bit more than dollars.
This is Katie. She's a mom originally from Honduras, and she's trying to make a living to support her family doing TikTok Shop affiliate. In less than 8 months, she was able to make over $60,000 in commission on TikTok Shop affiliate on one of the hardest categories to do on TikTok Shop. She was promoting books, and to put into context, Katie was doing the creator pilot program, or like the creator rewards program, which is basically where you're getting paid for views. But when all 3 of her accounts that were doing that method got demonetized, she was absolutely devastated. TikTok was one of her main sources of income, and to have all 3 of these accounts get demonetized is a huge hit for somebody who's in this kind of space. However, it didn't last long because after learning the basics of TikTok Shop and choosing products that she personally connected to, she was able to generate a consistent income every single week. And contrary to what most people think, she didn't even show her face at all on this account, and she didn't even speak English. Like, tell me how crazy that is. In fact, she was actually so terrified to speak English on camera that she stayed completely faceless on the app. So in this video, Katie's going to break down everything of how she went from praying for $1,000 a month to making over $60,000 in commission in just 6 months. On top of that, she'll talk about the 20-day struggle that she faced before her first viral video. And then we'll cap it off with the actual breakthrough moments that happened in June that changed everything for her, all while trying to promote one of the hardest categories of products that you can even choose on this app. Welcome in. First question for you. Can you introduce yourself and just tell us a little bit about what got you into TikTok Shop?
Well, hi everybody. My name is Catherine, and I'm just very passionate about creating videos, and I think that's what got me to TikTok Shop, because I was looking for a job where I can work from home and take care of my 3 babies, and TikTok gave me that opportunity.
That's awesome. Can you go through, I guess, what was your first time doing TikTok Shop? When did you, like, how did you kind of get involved in it?
So everything started last year, back in November. I was still working with TikTok, but just with the creator program, where they were just paying me per views. And in November last year, 3 of my accounts, they just got demonetized. So I was sharing that with a friend, and she told me, well, so why don't you do TikTok Shop? But I didn't know how it works or anything like that. So I was like, well, I just don't know how it works. And she took the time to come to my house and explain me step by step, this is what you need to do. And I remember clearly that I just had so many questions, and then she was like, you got it. And that day she's staying one of my rooms, taking care of my 3 little ones, and she's like, just record videos for TikTok Shop. And from there, that was in November. So basically I officially started in December. But in November is when things shift to me from from TikTok paying me by views and me switching to TikTok Shop.
I see. Okay. So you kind of started as somebody who did kind of normal content, like where you're getting paid for those views and everything. I've seen a lot of that actually recently, of people kind of switching from that. I mean, there was a huge like influx of people that were like making tons of money just off of views. And then they start doing TikTok Shop, and it's just like substantially more money.
Yeah.
It just depends, obviously, if you can make sales, but if you can bridge that gap between like making content and making content that sells, if you can just like kind of get that sales part of content, it's just like so much different than, the other industry, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I guess other question for you is, you kind of alluded to it a little bit, but like what made you kind of stand out with your content? Because obviously you've had recent success, which we're going to get into, but what made you kind of stand out? What would you say is that thing that you grasped that ended up making you more money?
Since I was doing in my previous content, I was doing some faceless content. So I was like, what's something that can help me just continue with the same idea of doing faceless and you know, keep creating content. And I'm still learning English right now. And I had this book to learn English. And then I'm like, let me see if TikTok Shop has this book. And I remember finding the book that I was using to learn English. And it just took me out of my comfort zone because I was so shy and afraid to talk to a camera, especially in English. And then I was like, but this book is something that is helping me out. And I'm pretty sure someone out there is trying to learn English as myself. So I started doing it and creating videos faceless. Until this point, I have three accounts and my three accounts are faceless. And I just went with the idea of books because I was gonna be able to read out of the book and it still be faceless. So
That's smart. I like that you ended up choosing a product that ultimately related to you in some way. You chose something that was like around your house, something you already had that you could actually speak on. I've seen so many times like
yeah,
people like promoting products that are just like not relating to them whatsoever. They don't even know anything about it, especially like supplements. Like there's so many people that promote supplements that don't even know anything about it. And then they don't get anywhere with like their sales or it just doesn't relate to them specifically. And like I think you have a really unique position with that product that ultimately would convert for you, which is pretty smart.
yeah, yeah.
I guess to kind of go off of that, what would you say is like your category of products that you generally kind of push into? You're obviously in that book, but you said, would you do like more books or are you kind of more just in other categories, I guess?
So basically, everything that I do, I have, like I said, I have three accounts and all of them are just books. And what I try to do is that I try to find, going back to what you said, to that try to connect with that product and that we're promoting a product that connect with myself. So that's what I try to do. So for example, I try to promote books that are motivation, and obviously books that are going to teach a different language. Um, and so that case, I will say educational books. And the last one is books that are going to basically that connect with myself. Is I see a book that someone is promoting that book on TikTok Shop, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I see myself promoting this book, or if I would like to read it, I purchase it and I keep promoting it. So still books, but there's a lot of categories on books. So
Yeah, I feel like it's just so much easier. And there's so many times that we talk about like really viral products and things are generally easier in certain categories than others. And I would even say books are harder, but like you made it work. And I truly think that just off of what you're saying, that it's happening because you actually really enjoy those products. And that has a huge effect on the quality of the content you're going to produce. So I actually admire that a lot. Um, I guess kind of to backtrack a little bit, but how long did it take you of, like, kind of promoting these books, starting from, like, first day that you started TikTok Shop to, like, making your first sale?
so I remember starting in by the end of November, and on December I say, you know what, I'm just gonna keep promoting this book until like I see one video take off. So it took about 20 days, which in those 20 days I was really scared. I was wondering, will this gonna work? Is this working or not? And I didn't have any sales until like maybe 20 days. That one day took this video took off and went viral, and I celebrate. I was like, this is it, this is it. And so yeah, it was in December last year when I got my first viral video.
Wow. What was the difference between that? Because obviously, like, you said you were, like, promoting it a ton, like, it took you 20 days, right? So, what was, like, the difference in that 20th day of posting? Like, what changed?
I think it was my approach because you know when I was starting, I was just so new to it, to TikTok Shop. I didn't know what to expect. I had no idea what I was getting myself into it until I realized, well, I'm wondering if someone else is promoting this book. And I found one video that he had like I think he had like 3,000 views, and I start analyzing what he had. And it was the only video that I found. And I was like, I'm just gonna mimic this, but make it on my own style of teaching, because what he was doing, he was teaching throughout the book. And I did that. I just try to do it myself the way I was gonna do it for a friend. That if I was teaching a friend, or if I was teaching my mom, someone that I was just very confident. And from that, it just took off, and I was like, "Well, this is the way of doing it." I was doing it. I feel like before I was doing it more into like, buy this product, or because in my mind it's like TikTok shop, we're selling, right? And I was missing that big piece of just being genuine and being yourself, and yeah. So I think that's what did it.
That's awesome. That's literally like what I've been hearing a ton of lately is like when you can make it very clear and obvious in your content that you're being genuine with this product and you're trying to sell it genuinely, it comes off so much more clearly for these viewers, and they want to purchase when they actually believe in that product then because they trust you. Um, and I think that's super smart. I like that. Um, I guess how much have you made so far, if you're comfortable sharing, on TikTok Shop? How much in commission have you made so far since you said December you started?
It's about a little bit more than 60,000. So to me,
Oh wow.
that's a big blessing, and that's amazing.
Wait, so you made 60,000 in commission since December?
So far, yeah,
Wow.
since basically since December until now, a little bit more. I'm pretty sure a little bit more than $60,000.
I guess
Yeah.
let's kind of dive into, if you're comfortable, let's kind of dive into um, a little bit more about the strategy that you utilize in your content. Now, we teach different methods between like voiceover styles and like there's, review style content. There's kind of entertainment style content where you're kind of talking to the camera. What is the method that you kind of utilize in your format?
Let me just backtrack a little bit. So I remember that since January, February, and March, I was kind of stuck in that idea when my that first video got viral, right? And what I noticed is that a pattern of that I was making about 5,000 to 6,000 per month. So I was like, what's something that can help me out to like um make my numbers go higher? And I remember that one day I saw one of your live where you were talking about the formula, and I was like, oh, this is it. I'm going to invest in this to, keep on growing. And I remember joining the formula in April. And then from there, I did a lot of different things that you guys were talking about. For example, I learned that the hook is not just a hook. It could be a compelling hook, or like a hook that is dramatic, or like different type of hooks. So I remember that for me, um, I have tried different ones, but the one that I have worked the most is I think about that I'm entertaining someone when they go to my videos, and I use a hook where I'm moving my phone really fast, and then I start reading right away something that is gonna catch that attention to others. So um from all of the hooks that I have tried, that's the one that I have worked for me, and that is working. That I think about, I'm going to not only teach but also entertain the viewer.
I love that you just said that right there. That and not just entertain or not just what was it? Entertain, but entice the viewers. Is that what you said?
Yeah. For
Yeah.
example, like making sure that it's crazy to think about this, but like in a piece of video that is going to be 18 seconds, that you're going to be, entertaining, teaching someone, and fixing that problem that they have. So yeah, doing everything in one video. And I remember one sheet that you had, and you put out there, making sure our videos had all these things. So in May, I remember going through your classes and doing everything that you guys were teaching, right? And I remember that month, it was an okay month because I was learning. I was learning. Um But I will say just find your style and see what works for you, because every account is different. Every creator have their own unique style of promoting things.
I like that. That's smart. Yeah, it's definitely different for everybody. Like everybody's gonna have a different style, and there are general like ways that work for some people and ways that work for others. And there's general styles that just work consistently, right? That's what we try to teach. But like everybody has like a unique spin or a unique little twist to those styles that ultimately makes them a unique creator. And that's what being creative is just being different in different ways, I guess. So I really like that. Do do you have a reason or a method of why you would move on from a product or continue to push it? You kind of mentioned that you continued to push a product or one of those books. What makes you decide to continue pushing it versus not?
I tried different products, and I think you have heard this before, that the TikTok shop is like trying to win a lottery ticket, right? You have all these products, and each video you're trying to see if that video is going to work and is going to go viral. So as soon as I see that a video is taking off, I try to repeat that. And once again, I learned that from you guys, that all the advices that Mike, the Austin, the Unique give us, just follow those advice. And if you see that a specific product is not getting views, or is not making any sales, just move on quickly. Don't get attached to specific product. Just try to move on quickly and keep trying to win the lottery ticket. And that's what I do. If I see that it's performing well, I just repeat and repeat and repeat the same ideas that has been working on that specific product.
That's smart. That's exactly what I'm doing pretty much as well. Even my sister's like that now too. She she'll only ever promote a product twice if she like truly has some kind of gut instinct with that product. Or if it's just gone viral for her. Like she won't promote it unless it's gone viral that first time. And she'll put a lot of good effort into that one video. And if it takes off, then she promotes it again. And if she doesn't, then she'll move on. Unless there's some kind of, other side reason. But for the most part, she just continues to find those viral products, and I really do believe that, and obviously, it seems like it works for you, so I'm happy
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
I guess, can you pinpoint, the moment? Is there a moment that or, like, is there something you learned that got you from going, like, "My content feels like it's okay," versus, like, "This is viral content?" Is there a kind of that gut instinct, that moment that you kind of made that transfer?
Yes, and that was in June. And that was because in June, thank God, I was able to make my first 15,000 that I took for commission. So to me, that was just a huge blessing, because I come from a background that I was not making that much money, like, and then, in 1 month make what I used to make in my part-time job, that I was making about $14,000 per year, because I was not doing that much. And to know that last month, I think I shared that I'm that I shared two screenshots of two different accounts, but I had three accounts working through TikTok shop. And those $15,000 that I made on June, it just completely changed my mind. And I said, you know what, this is it. Like, I have no doubt that, you know, from those $15,000, I was able, well, and the money that I've been making already has helped me to help my mom get out of debt, which to me is a lot, because I've seen her struggling so much with, her rent, that for her, like, $2,000 is so difficult to. I'm sorry that I'm getting emotional, but
No, no, you're good.
TikTok shop just have changed my life completely, and just the fact that I'm able to help my loved ones, especially my mom and my husband, for him to not work so many hours or extra hours, and for us to spend more time with our little ones that have no price. And one thing I will say is to all those moms that maybe are watching us right now, that TikTok shop can just change your life like that. And And I know Mike knows it. I know Nick knows it. Austin knows it. But like, you guys have motivated me, and thank God. Like, I always thank God for the formula, because I feel like this is something that opened my eyes to see something that to me was unbelievable. To me, it was unbelievable. And when you guys talked about it, I was like, you know what? Let's give it a try. And it's working. I mean, to me, $15,000 per month is a life changing, and it just keeps getting better. Like each month, it just keeps getting better. So that was beautiful.
Wow. That's that's a crazy, like, I mean, it's a beautiful story, first off. And I mean, we're all kind of like reaching for that. We all want those like moments. And, I truly believe, and I think that everybody can get to these kind of points. And you're blessed, obviously, to get to that point too. And I'm happy for you. I'm sure your family's obviously very happy for you too. So,
Yes, yes, they are.
um, well, awesome. I appreciate it. Now, the reason that I interviewed Katie was because she is actually living proof that no matter where you come from or what like things get in your way, you can, if you actually are consistent, you can make anything happen. And if you'd like to be mentored like I did for her and you want to avoid the mistakes that most people make when they're starting this journey, I do have a small group mentorship program where I run this alongside my friends as well as my business partners who we've combined over $6 million in sales on TikTok. We run you through an entire program of everything that you need to be successful on this app, the same stuff that I've taught everybody else. And we even give you a 20,000 follower TikTok account so you can immediately start doing TikTok shop and start making money right away. However, we only allow 7 people per week because we can only have so many people in a small group mentorship without actually oversaturating the whole thing. We also do qualify our members to see if they would be a good fit for us. So if you want to see if you qualify and if this is even a good fit for you as well, check the link in the description down below, and I will see you in the next video.